Well, guys, I got scammed.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. So, it's making its way into the outdoor industry, and I don't like it.
No, it's actually really infuriating
Yeah.
because I see it all the time. I personally see it a lot in the uh, dog groups.
Well, anyway, welcome back to 19 Series Outdoors. I'm Dave,
Jake.
and we're going to discuss a little topic today called scamming and why I don't like it. And I thought we were all safe from it. Being in the outdoor industry, it's normally a good crop of people. Everybody's pretty honest, hardworking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like just normal, good people.
looking out for one another.
But that's obviously not the case. So I'll just run through the story here. So I found a Garmin bow sight on one of the archery groups on Facebook. You know, you guys are probably all part of them. Everybody, most people are at least. So you can sell, you can trade these different accessories for your bows, stuff like that. And I found a Garmin bow sight. I want to purchase one just to see how it works, see if I like it. I'm running a 3-pin adjustable right now, but I'd like to try the Garmin with the rangefinder. So, message this guy. His name is Ben. And I look into his profile. At first glance, I see, oh, he's got friends. He's got people commenting on his stuff, liking his stuff. Okay, we're probably good. But here's the kicker, guys. If you're going to buy something from somebody online that you do not know, dig deep in.
Yes.
Look at the comments. Look at who is commenting. Look at who his friends are. Total fake account. Almost got me. And then on top of that, he wanted to text me, right? So he texts me. He says he's from Michigan. Okay, cool. So I look up the area code. This is another tip for you guys. Look up the area code. Look up the number that these people or whoever you're buying from is said, like where they're from. The area code will tell you. You can Google search the actual phone number. It'll tell you who the number belongs to. This number belonged to an 80-something-year-old woman from Michigan. He said he was from Michigan. Okay, so that matched up. So I'm still a little skeptical, you know. I'm like, this doesn't seem legit, but we're going to give it one last go. I said to him, take a picture of you holding the sight, like you and the sight. Send it to me so I know that you're real and the sight's real. I get a picture of him with a photoshopped Post-it note that has my name. It says David, and it says, what? It said 8/6/2025.
Yeah, the way the foreigners do that.
Yeah, the date was completely wrong. So I texted him back, and I guess this was kind of like me being smartass-ish. I texted him back 8/6/2025 with a question mark. And he's like, yeah, that's the date. And I'm like, no, that's not how you write the date. Like, this is a big red flag. And I asked him if I could call him at that point, because I was like, look, I'm on to you. I know this isn't legit. I asked him to call. He says, I can give you a tracking number to verify everything to make you have peace of mind. And I texted him back, and I said, this is exactly what I thought. I'll pass. Blocked him. Blocked his cell number, and then I blocked him on Facebook. I got a notification saying that his Facebook account was deleted for scams or scam and fraudulent activity, whatever. Next thing you know, I get a message request from this guy. He made a new Facebook and tried to message me again. And then he says in the message request that he got locked out of his laptop, so he had to make another Facebook account. No, dude, you didn't get locked out of your laptop. You got locked out of Facebook because I reported you. So, yeah, it was a wild take. I was just trying to, all right, cool. I was like, yeah, I'll buy a site for, but you wanted like $450.
Should have been your red flag there.
I mean, you can get them on sale for under $1,000 now. So it wasn't, and this was like a Gen 1. It wasn't, I mean, what he was put. It seemed, like you said, it seemed a little too good to be true. Yeah. But at the same time, I was like, yeah, it's kind of believable. It's a little like half price, a little under half price
Yeah.
for a used site. But he almost got me. I made a what's it called? A Cash App account and everything. I was
Jesus.
I didn't pay him. I did not pay him. But if you guys are going to use these sites, and they're great tools, there's a lot of good people in there. But you're going to get on Archery Talk, you're going to get on Archery Buy, Sell, Trade, all these things on Facebook. Do your research. Go through their account. Look them up. Because this dude almost just pocketed $450 from me.
Or more.
Yeah, or more. He could have, I mean, that's a whole nother story, but
Yeah, once you saw, I don't know how they do it, but once you send them money, they somehow have the ability to access everything on that app and pull money from your account.
yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of that stuff starting to happen more and more, and I'm a little disappointed because this is like supposed to be the good old boys, you know?
Yeah.
The good people, the last few that we have in this world, but it's making its way into it, and I don't like it. And I see posts in these groups a lot of times where people will say, they'll screenshot and they'll say, don't buy from this guy. It's fake. He scammed me. And it's one of those deals where you don't really think about it too much because it doesn't happen to you.
Yeah.
Well, boy, it just happened to me.
Yeah.
And I'll throw his whole name out there. Benjamin Daniels. It was the account name.
I thought you were going to say his name was Ben Dover.
No, Benjamin Daniels. And who knows? Maybe this could be a real guy. But I am 99.9% positive this was a scam.
Yeah.
All of his friends, all of the comments are all people not from the United States. There wasn't a single picture of him on this profile.
Yeah.
A lot of red flags.
That, and a lot of times you got to look at like how old the profile is. So like for me, I've seen it in
Pretty new.
gunner kennel groups and dog box groups of these guys that create like an average Facebook profile, like you or I would create, and then they would name it Gunner Kennel such and such, or Dogbox such and such.com or whatever, and it's just like
Yeah.
straight fake. And it's
Yeah.
like, come on, guys.
I'm just trying to help you guys out. Because I don't want to see anybody get scammed. And the thing that really threw me off with this was, all I wanted to do was call the guy, right? Hey, give me a phone call. I'll take 2 minutes of your time up just to know that you're a real person. And we can discuss things. No, that wasn't it wasn't an option for this guy. So that right there tells me this is not a good person. It's not a good guy that you want to do business with, because anybody I feel that's decent will take a phone call and say, hey, how you doing? I'm Dave. I think this is yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how we got hooked up with all of our partners.
Yeah.
Hunt Light, Scrape Doctor, Rec. I mean, we all just talked.
Yeah.
That's how it goes, you know?
Yeah.
You had a similar incident happen with the dog kennel, you said, right?
Yeah, this was before I got my gunner kennel. I was looking for dog boxes just because I kind of liked the look of the dog box. I only have one hunting dog right now, but just ease of not having them in the, destroying the truck inside, and a lot of them come with storage and whatever else.
Yeah, you got like the nice fan on there to keep Titus cool and all. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was looking, and I was in a group, and first red flag, like I said, it was dogbox something or another.com or whatever, based out of Harrisburg, apparently. I was like, oh, all right, we don't have a big, like, hound presence in PA, but all right, cool.
Yeah.
And I get to messaging and all this, and I'm like, well, okay, well, where can I come, like, I started getting suspicious. I was like, hey, like, where can I come, like, look at it, check it out, see what else you guys have. And they gave me an address. And I looked at the address. And it was our minor league baseball stadium.
Yeah.
Was their warehouse.
You said it was City Island, right?
Yeah. I was like, what are we doing here? Like, if you're going to give me a fake address, make sure it's like
semi-real.
Yeah. I was like, there's no warehouses on City Island. There's a parking garage. That's about it.
Yeah,
like,
any of you guys from Pennsylvania or in our area at all, I mean, you know what City Island is. It's a park, and a baseball stadium, and
Yeah, you got the city right there. There's no warehouses on
No.
Front Street right there. In fact, I think that's the hospital right there. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. I can't do it. I eventually settled for a gunner, but like I said, I'm looking for another gunner. And I'm in these gunner groups, and there's these gunnerkennelsforsale.coms, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Those are it's obvious that you're like stealing people's pictures and all that.
yeah, I hate to see it.
Yeah, it
Like,
bothers me.
just be organic. Don't screw people over.
Yeah.
Like, I can't stand that. Just be an honest person. They're working harder than if they would just get a job.
Or
Do things the right
yeah.
way. It's harder to be fraudulent than it is to just be real.
yeah,
I don't know.
there's so much of that out there. I run into it on social media platforms of people stealing women's pictures and videos and all that and making their own profiles out of them. It happens
Yeah.
all the time. It's like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, people try and steal content all the time, and it's stupid. Obviously, we're not big enough to have that happen,
Yeah.
but you see it all the time with the big name guys.
And it bothers me because a lot of times the stolen content is the content I like and I want to watch it, but I can't watch it because it's got that stupid circle with the ball bouncing around below it. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Or it's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't get it, man. We're living in a new world where this is becoming more and more and more popular, and
And AI doesn't help.
no, not at all.
So
But anyway, watch out for these Facebook groups that are selling things, because you're going to find some good people in there that are actually trying to sell their old bows, their old equipment, their old dog kennels, stuff like that. But you're also going to find somebody that's across the world that's stealing pictures and just trying to get you to PayPal them money.
yeah,
And
so they can drain your bank account.
yeah, it's sad.
It's very sad.
But what was that story you were telling me about earlier, Jake?
yeah, so there's I think it was just posted today.
Kind of transition here.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to say brighter news, but different news. Now I'm going to be a little shaky on the details and all that. I've watched it a couple times and I still don't quite understand it myself. Because a man in Delaware County, PA, filed a class action lawsuit.
Yeah.
In a Utah court, federal court, which is
it's odd to me.
whether that's where ATA is based or not. But anyways, so this lawsuit states that the big name stores and companies like Hoyt, Matthews, Bowtech, PSE, Cabela's, Bass Pro, and the ATA. Basically, what it says is the retailers cannot sell bows for any less than what the manufacturer wants them to be sold for.
Yeah.
Now your box stores and your pro shops can add discounts on that and all that, but it's not taking down like the initial price. Like they're not giving Bowtech's not giving a local pro shop bows to be sold at like $1,000, and the pro shop's selling them at $500. You know what I mean? They're being sold at $1,000. If you do whatever and get a discount from the shop, so be it. But yeah, it pretty much states that they're trying to raise the prices, and
They're essentially price gouging,
pretty much,
from what I've
yeah,
gathered.
yeah. Because I mean, it kind of tracks.
Yeah, our platoon sergeant was just telling us today, actually,
Yeah,
that he was looking into building a new Hoyt, and the bare bow was like $2,200, which I get it. Technology's advancing, things are expensive. It kind of seems like price gouging.
a little bit. I mean, I personally just don't. Now I'm not in the retail side. I just don't understand it. Like now, part of it was to say it's to prevent these online retailers, and they listed Amazon as one, to keep them from undercutting their price and all that.
I get that. To keep local pro shops in business.
Yeah.
Which I do like that.
Yeah, that's...
Because
You
I
can't
like...
find many of them.
No, and we have a really good one by us. Baker's.
Yeah.
Baker's Archery Supply. It's in Halifax in Pennsylvania. They're fantastic. I've been going there forever.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see them get cut out because of a big corporation like Amazon.
Yeah. So I don't have all the details on it. You guys can look it up on your own. It's public, obviously. I'm going to be watching because I myself am looking for a bow. And they're not as cheap as the company I'm looking at, Expedition. They're not as cheap. Some of them are cheap. And it's really nice. But it'd be nice not to spend, $2,000 on a bare bow when I haven't bought myself a new bow ever.
Oh, so, yeah. I'm a big Expedition fan.
I'm really...
We're not sponsored by them, by the way. We're not partnered with them. I just personally really like their equipment.
Yeah, and I told you I was on their website the other day, and they're a good company. There's a lot of variability in their bows.
Yeah.
You can pick what you want for your bow. They have 5 or 6 models ranging from, I think the most I saw was $2,000 down to like
a couple $100, yeah. $400, $500, $600, whatever. But yeah, big fan of Expedition, Iowa company. I don't know why I like them, but I do. They shoot well for me. Yeah. They're affordable. Yeah.
But yeah, I figured that was a neat little tidbit that's not going to get necessarily a whole lot of screen time if you're not really following outdoor news. In fact, the guy that made the TikTok gave the reference to Outdoor Life newspaper or magazine.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Yeah. Well, if you guys made it this far, which is not very far, but go ahead, drop us a like and a follow, maybe a little share in there. And if you've been scammed or someone attempted to scam you, comment your story. I'd like to see how more prevalent this issue is.
Yeah, hit those buttons for us, and yeah, tell us what your experiences are. And I want to see if anybody else that is dealing with the same things. I'm sure people are, and I know people are, but you just don't hear about it that often. I was trying to find stuff on Reddit.
Really?
You know what I mean? Because you hear about, people post on Reddit all the time about scams, frauds, like just different crazy stories. That's what Reddit is.
Yeah.
And I found nothing about outdoor industry scams.
Huh.
So, I don't know. So yeah, leave a comment on your experiences. If you've been scammed, tell us about it, because I want to know more about this, because I don't want to get scammed myself. Yeah, I don't know how else to say it or describe it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a relatively new thing in the outdoor. I should say it's a relatively new thing, because you have actual people scamming people in America with faulty products and all that.
Yeah, that's been in the industry forever.
But you don't have Alibaba from
wherever,
Hindustan or wherever, trying to get your PayPal information. Yeah,
it's newer, and it's starting to become more prevalent. So, but yeah. All right, guys. Smash the buttons, follow, subscribe, and we'll catch you next week.
Yep.